Laker who made at their free throw, made any free throws with an opportunity. But Anthony Davis got some pretty good support over the course of this game. 5 different Lakers in double-digit scoring. Taurean Prince hit 4 threes, and the Lakers shot 40% from behind the arc and almost 54% from the field. Again, over the first 3 quarters, the Lakers absolutely in control. But in the fourth quarter, it felt like, to me, LeBron's absence was really starting to be felt. Not even so much that you need LeBron to put away this Spurs team that's now on an 18-game losing streak, but more just the idea that LeBron is so useful to have when you're looking to just close out a game, orchestrate fourth-quarter offense, whether he's the one running it or, say, Austin Reeves is often the case, and LeBron is there just kind of overseeing it, making sure everyone's in the right places. The Lakers really began to struggle to get their offense going. And then in the meantime, Victor Wembanyama, after a slow start, only 3 points in the first quarter, really came alive in the next 3, finished with 30 points, 13 rebounds, pair of assists, a pair of steals, 6 blocks. This kid is going to be very, very good, and the Lakers, again, are going to see him on Friday. It'll be interesting to see how much he and Anthony Davis seem to be aided through just more familiarity with each other. A reminder, the Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health wants to let everyone know there is free emotional support service, referrals, and crisis counseling available 24/7 at 1-800-854-7771 or at dmh.lacounty.gov. Austin Reeves spoke after the game with Spectrum Sportsnet, and here's what he had to say.
Okay, Austin, things got a little tighter than you might have expected down the stretch. You ultimately do get the win, though. What's the biggest thing you got to keep in mind when a team is trying to make a furious comeback like that?
We just got to be better. We got to be sharper. We got to know what we're getting to late in games. Like I said, ultimately, we just got to be better. That was not a good last, honestly, fourth quarter. So we'll watch the film and get better from it.
Wemby did make a couple of ridiculous plays there, the back-to-back threes. First game going against him in this context. What did you see from the rookie?
Man, he's one of a kind for sure. I thought I had a wide-open layup in the, first quarter, maybe second quarter, and out of nowhere he pinned it against the glass. But it's not just that. It's the whole game, You've seen it, late in the game, the way he can shoot the ball, the way he moves, obviously his size. He's got a bright future.
You had a number 1 pick of your own on the court tonight in Anthony Davis, second straight game with 37. He had 41 in the IST final. What have you been seeing from Anthony Davis lately?
Just super aggressive. Like I've said multiple times, when he's like that, that's when we're at our best, and obviously when he's at his best. So, we'll continue to see that, and, we'll just, as a team, be great at getting him the ball, because that's never a bad option.
Last one for you as AD goes by. The basketball god should have rewarded that 3 that you took by having it go in before the buzzer expired. I always like when guys take that, not to worry about the field goal percentage, but did it feel good right away? Did you think you got it up in time?
I knew it was close. I knew there was like 1.2, 1.4, so I could get a dribble off. I thought I might have got it off, but obviously not. That's the second time this year, but, you continue to heave those because, it can change a game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought what Reeves said about needing to be sharper and needing to know what they're getting into later in games, getting into meaning like what sets they're getting into, what they're looking to run, have a better idea of it and how to, in particular, get into it more cleanly and quickly. That really felt like where LeBron was missed the most. The first 3 quarters of this game, the Lakers were doing just fine without LeBron. Rui Hachimura got the start in LeBron's place, finished the game with 13 points, got off to a really quick start. He had the Lakers' first 7 points of the game. 877-710 ESPN. Beyond just wanting to take your calls, Michael Funches, our producer, has a prize. I'm not allowed to say what the prize is at this moment. I am not at liberty to reveal what it is. But I will say, depending on the strength of your calls, you could be in a position to win this prize. The only thing I will say about it, because again, I'm not at liberty to say what it is right now, is that it is a prize I would very much enjoy winning. If I were not a member of this station and therefore ineligible, I would call in just for the opportunity to potentially win it. It's a good prize. So again, 877-710-ESPN. Weigh in. Let me know what you thought of tonight's 122-119 win over the Spurs in San Antonio. Squeezing a call really quick. Oscar in Baldwin Park. You're on the Lakers postgame show. What's up, Oscar?
Hey, what's up, Kamenetsky? Hey, man, been listening to you for a lot of years, man. I respect you and your brother. Yeah, it was actually your guys' takes and stuff like that.
Thank you very much, Oscar. Appreciate that.
Yeah, cool. Real quick, man. 1 of 82. Not that concerned. I mean, yeah, you want to see I actually listened to the whole game on the radio, stuck in LA traffic, everything coming back home, whatever. I heard you could tell they were playing good first 3 quarters, and that fourth quarter came. They took their foot off the gas pedal, or like Kobe used to say, you didn't take their heart out. Young teams always play hard against them, especially a Popovich team that's always gonna play hard to the end. So it's a give and take. They won. At the end of the day, they won. So I don't think it's a big deal. Just 1 of 82.
No, I appreciate that, Oscar, and I agree with you in the sense that there's nothing that came up in this game that felt like a worry point for the Lakers, or something that felt like a weakness exposed, or anything like that. There's nothing that makes me worried, other than the fact that I guess Anthony Davis played extra minutes on an ankle that he hurt during the game, that in a perfect world you would have preferred him being able to finish this game under 30 minutes as opposed to closing in on 38. So, that feels like a missed opportunity, or low 30s, I guess, depending on where he was when he checked in. That was, to me, the most disappointing part of this game. That they couldn't put San Antonio away for good isn't necessarily worrisome, but it is sort of game within the game, a missed opportunity. Take more of your calls coming up. Again, 877-710-ESPN. We'll hear from Darin Ham, hear from some other players. This is the Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN.
It's Evan Cohen on Sports.
from tonight's Lakers game.
And your reaction on the Lakers line.
On 710 ESPN. Call now to be part of the Lakers postgame show and react on the game.
877-710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Anthony Davis of your Los Angeles Lakers.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
It's time for Lakers postgame.
AD dribbling one-on-one against Wanyama. Picks up his dribble, goes to Austin Reeves. Reeves driving down the middle. Around to pick from AD. Gets it back to Davis. 5 to shoot. Davis one-on-one against Wanyama. 20-footer by AD, good. Huge shot by Davis. 115 to 105. Lakers by 10.
Ended up finishing this game with 37 points, 10 rebounds, 4 steals. He was 13 of 23 from the field, 2 of 3 from behind the arc, which isn't necessarily what you expect to see from Anthony Davis. He also was coming up big. Second straight 37-point performance, this one without LeBron James, who missed the game with a left calf contusion. That would make Anthony Davis your player of the game, driven by your Southern California Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Let's take a couple calls. 877-710-ESPN. Let's go with Hector in Anaheim. Hector, you're on the Lakers postgame show. What's up? Hector, you with me? All right. Alex in Riverside. Alex, you're on the Lakers postgame show.
Hey, how you guys doing? I just wanted to say that we are spoiled as an NBA. We are going to be watching Victor versus AD for the next, I don't know how long, but it's going to be amazing watching these two go at it. Two lanky, long players that got size, got outside games, inside games, and everything. It's going to be crazy for the next few years. We are spoiled.
You don't even have to wait that long, Alex. They play again on Friday.
That's what I'm saying. We are spoiled as the NBA fans. I am so grateful right now. I'm happy.
Yeah, I appreciate the call, Alex. Like that's a fun matchup, and one of the things that really impressed me about Wanyama during this game. I was listening to Stu Lance, obviously, on the Spectrum Sportsnet broadcast, the legendary color commentator for the Lakers. Two things with Wanyama. First of all, if you're familiar with Stu Lance, whenever he thinks a player is special, he will refer to that player as that young man. Like Kobe used to be referred to by Stu as that young man, at least like twice a game. And you have heard LeBron and Anthony Davis be referred to as that young man many times. Wanyama got the that young man treatment in this game. Like Stu was quite impressed with what he saw. He also noted how early in the game AD was really able to beat Wanyama just through a lot of lack of familiarity and just getting Wanyama to either bite on up fakes or misread drives, things like that, get him out of position. Over the course of this game, Wanyama either grew more comfortable, processed information, whatever, but he finished the game with 30 points. He only had 3 after the first quarter and frankly wasn't doing much in the first quarter of this game. Finished with 30 points, 13 rebounds, 3 steals, 6 blocks. Kid is going to be really, really good. Again, 877-710 ESPN if you want to weigh in. Darin Ham spoke after tonight's 122-119 win over the San Antonio Spurs in San Antonio. Here's what he had to say.
Darvin, clearly the 45 points in the fourth quarter for the Spurs after you really had held them down. How much of that do you sort of understand games go like that, and how much do you really get on your players for various mistakes and breakdowns?
I mean, I just said it to him. We can't get bored with the details. That's the biggest thing. And we got to add common sense to our talent. You know, it's not so much about who we're playing, what their record is. It's about us and the way we want to represent ourselves every time we step out on the floor. Trying to get better, trying to build winning habits and be consistent at those winning habits. So, we were fortunate to get that W. They're a young team. Their record may say they're struggling, but they have a bunch of young guys out there just trying to establish themselves as pros and play and do the right thing, play the right way, trying to do everything that Pop asked them to do. So it doesn't matter if they're up 20, down 20, they're not going to stop coming at you. And the biggest thing is, again, us, the way we want to represent ourselves on the basketball court. we're fortunate to pull that one out. But, you know, we'll have a day off Friday, coming off a back-to-back, and we'll watch it on film Friday morning.
Looked like there was some question about AD, being able to go on the back-to-back. He turns his ankle right away and then, still ends up with 37. But what did you see from him tonight?
Just, with Brown out of the lineup, him trying to put the team on his back, him raising his aggression to score, to defend, try to be a leader in the huddle, out there trying to get the guys together, just stepping up and being the captain that he is.
How do you know what button to push after a game like this one? Because on one hand, you just had a really successful week last week. Second night of a back-to-back, and LeBron's not playing. On the other hand, 45 points in the fourth quarter and almost kick away a game against a team that's last in the standings.
Well, I just think continue to teach and stress what I just said, your habits and your principles and what we want to be about as a ball club. We it's no secret. We have championship aspirations. And it can't be I'm going to wait till February or March or April to turn it on. You have to start building those habits right now, immediately. It may not always be perfect, but you got to strive to initiate the game the right way, sustain what you're trying to do well, and being able to finish that way. You can't get bored. You can't skip steps. Take off possessions. You got to be locked in throughout the whole entire deal. And so, again, we're fortunate. Whenever you can get a win in this league against whoever, you have to be thankful. But that said, there's a lot of things we can take away that we know good and damn well we need to get better at.
They definitely need to get good and damn well better at closing out a fourth quarter, whether you have LeBron or not. In this case, they did not, and I think his absence was definitely felt along those lines. Take a call. Anthony and Azusa, you're on the Lakers postgame show. What's up, Anthony?
Oh, yes. Nice to chat with you guys. What I had in mind was I would expect a little bit more in-game strategy from Ham. I noticed, last game we could have won with Dallas. They let Dante Exum go hot, and they didn't put a hand on him. He had some open threes towards the end of the game. A couple games before that, LeBron had to call a timeout to advance the ball. It seems like there isn't a lot of more actions than just a screen at the top of the key, and then AD and let Brad do work on some one-on-ones. I would expect a little bit more, especially as we get a little bit closer and we get closer to playoffs. We're going to need a little more strategy in the middle of the game.
Well, first of all, Anthony, that is a very good, very specific call, and it is good enough to make you the winner of this getaway from Fantasy Springs. You need a break from the everyday fans? Well, this could be your lucky day. In this case, Anthony's lucky day, because tonight, Fantasy Springs Resort Casino giving away 2 nights, a stay plus dinner, golf, or bowling for 2. Make any day your lucky day. Book now at fantasysprings.com. Anthony, the winner, again, of a 2-night stay plus dinner, golf, or bowling for 2. Congratulations, Anthony. Stay on the line. Funchess will take care of you. And then as far as the idea of the in-game strategy, to some degree, coaches always hold back things over the course of a year because they want to keep certain things close to the vest in terms of what they're going to be doing. Like this is common across the NBA. All coaches do this. That being said, I agreed with Anthony. I thought they did not adjust yesterday in Dallas. I recognize Dante Exum is a sub 30% three-point shooter, but if you allow most NBA players to stay in rhythm and give them very uncontested shots, a lot of them can drop them. And we saw this happen in that debacle road loss in Philly. Like, I don't think they should have started tightly contesting Exum, treating him like he was Steph Curry 2.0. But I think they should have challenged him more, because I feel like if you could have gotten him out of rhythm, I think Exum might very well stop making those shots. Like, just by disrupting his rhythm or giving it a go. I understand the strategy from the beginning, and frankly, I think it's what a lot of coaches would do. But once it was very clear, similar to like Matisse Thybulle in Philly, that Exum was actually feeling it that night, I do think they should have looked to disrupt him more. Like, again, I understand the strategy, and I understand the idea of looking to stick to your principles, but sometimes I feel like you've got to improvise a little bit even while staying within that strategy. So I understand where Anthony's coming from. Coming up, hear from, I believe, Anthony Davis. Afterwards, again, still take your calls, 877-710 ESPN. There's a Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mace with Next Level.
Game show and react on the game.
877-710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Anthony Davis of your Los Angeles Lakers.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
It's time for Lakers postgame.
And the Lakers pull out the victory over the Spurs in San Antonio, 122-119. Really shouldn't have been that close. The Lakers were up 18 heading into the fourth quarter, but some bad execution down the stretch. And to give some credit, some good play from San Antonio, particularly from Victor Wanyama in the fourth quarter, turned this into more of a game than it felt like it should have been, but ultimately the Lakers do end up getting the victory. Points in the Paint all season long, sponsored by Vista Paint, locally owned and manufactured for over 65 years. Vista Paint is your home for factory direct, high-quality paint products. Vista Paint, your championship team of paint professionals for over 65 years. The Lakers outscored the Spurs in the paint, but not by as much as you would expect. 62-58, a lot of that paint damage coming for San Antonio in the fourth, similar to a lot of the damage in general against the Lakers coming to them in the fourth quarter. LeBron James did not play, for those unaware. He missed the game with a left calf contusion, but AD definitely picking up the slack in his absence. 37 points, 10 rebounds, 4 steals. Second straight game where Anthony Davis had 37 points. Victor Wembanyama, after a slow start, puts on a show. 30 points, 13 rebounds, 3 steals, 6 blocks. Going to hear from Anthony Davis in a second, but first let's take James in Gardena. You're on the Lakers postgame show. What's up, James?
Hey, how's it going? I just want to talk about the Lakers win. I agree with you. It should not be this close to a team that's lost now 17 in a row. But that being said,
18.
The Spurs 18. Sorry, we're missing 18. Anyways, so the Spurs, they hit more three-pointers in the first half than they hit all game yesterday. And that being said, in the first half, Anthony Davis had 24 points, I think, and then that was the most points he had in the half this season.
Yeah.
Whether it's first half or second half. And then, Wemby, he's going to put on a show. He had that poster. But I'm just going to say this. This is a Laker bias, but it might be confirmation, The Lakers are a victim of the NBA putting those players on a poster. Something about a Laker jersey being dunked on, they bite at the chance. But all that being said, the Lakers got a tough win without LeBron. AD showed out. And the thing about Wemby, I think he's great. I'm not going to talk bad about him. But, he gets his stats. But that's cool and all, but you need to get wins as well.
Okay. I mean, James, Wemby's not really getting any help in San Antonio. I mean, their starting point guard is Jeremy Sohan, who has practically been begging Greg Popovich to stop starting him at point guard because he's not really a point guard. Devin Vassell's a nice player, and Trey Jones actually is having a good season as the guy who in any normal world would be starting as their point guard. But a lot of really good players will struggle at times early on in the season when they don't have a lot of help, and the West is rough. I don't think you can put this on Wanyama or any lack of specialists. But that said, stay on hold because Funchess has something for you. So stay on hold. Do not hang up. Anthony Davis spoke after tonight's 122-119 win over the Spurs in San Antonio. Here's what he had to say.
Darvin, clearly the 45 points in the fourth quarter for the Spurs after you really had held them down. How much of that do you sort of understand games go like that, and how much do you really get on your players for various mistakes and breakdowns?
I mean, I just said it to him. We can't get bored with the details.
Excuse me, that was Darin Ham. Here is Anthony Davis.
Eddie, clearly you guys were in pretty good shape entering that fourth quarter and on both ends of the floor. Sometimes you've seen that this happens, but what are the teaching points about kind of how to not have that type of comeback come that the Spurs went on?
Can't foul, can't give up threes. We got to take care of the ball and execute on the offensive end. I mean, it's simple. It's nothing that they did. We had some turnovers, some miscommunication offensively, some defensively. That's really it.
Third straight game with at least 37 from you. Austin said there's never a bad offensive possession when they get you the ball. Have you been any more aggressive? Have your teammates been looking for you more? What do you think has been coming together on the offensive end?
Finding my shot. Of course, being more aggressive. But my teammates have been doing a good job. I think it's easier for me to operate when guys are making shots. TP made a ton of shots. Actually, he's been shooting the ball extremely well in the last 5, 6, 7 games. Cam, Seawood made some shots tonight. AR, Brown when he's playing. When we able to shoot the ball, space the floor, it's hard for guys to come double team. So it's a lot easier for me to have one-on-one matchups and go to work.
When a new young big comes into the league like Victor, are you sizing him up at all in the course of the competition? And just what do you make of his night?
Nah. Obviously he's extremely talented. 3-level scorer, as we've seen tonight. Fun playing against him. Obviously, he's being talked about a lot. From his time overseas into summer league, and then obviously now, obviously the team struggling, but he's playing extremely well. He's able to keep them in games. I actually their last 6 now, including tonight. They're playing really good basketball. So they're young, play hard, play fast. So and it's all led by him. And he showed why he's number 1 pick and leading candidate for Rookie of the Year tonight.
AD, we saw you limping in Dallas last night. First play of the game tonight, roll your ankle. I think nobody would have faulted you if this was like a second night of a back-to-back. But why has it been important for you to be out there as much as you've been out there this year, playing the minutes you played?
Giving my team a chance to win. I know when I'm on the floor and I'm playing, my team has a higher chance of winning than me being out. My presence defensively, my presence offensively. And then it's just, we trying to win basketball games. Second night to a back-to-back, obviously, against a team who's struggling, but, it's not more so about the opponent, it's about us. And just trying to keep myself and our guys in a great rhythm.
And that was Anthony Davis after tonight's 122-119 win in San Antonio over the Spurs. And it is time for the segment I call, at least, I don't know if it's got an official name, the kids in the back with the social media. Kids, what do we got? Give me your best one, maybe two. Give me the best item.
Hey, Andy, this is Warren Flowers back here with the ESPN team. Make sure you guys do follow us on all of our social medias. Andy, I heard a call a bit earlier, and I'm checking out our socials as well. Fear of LA in our Twitter community here says, a championship team just does not collapse like this. I recall hearing somebody call about that a little bit earlier. How do you feel about championship aspirations and having a collapse like this?
Well, first of all, I think I actually know who Fear of LA is on social media, so I know big Laker fan right there. As far as the idea of a championship team not collapsing against a team like San Antonio, yeah, to some degree, sure, but this was not them at full strength. I mean, I'm not looking to make excuses against a team like San Antonio that's now lost 18 in a row. But if you're looking to judge the Lakers as a championship team, they're going to have LeBron. And if you have LeBron, a lot of this stuff, I think, particularly in the fourth quarter, I don't think LeBron was really missed in the first three at all, but it's just orchestrating offense, overseeing it down the stretch, just making sure everything is running smooth and with coherence. Austin said after the game, Austin Reeves, they needed to do a better job of knowing what they wanted to get into more quickly, more cleanly. That is something where LeBron helps out an awful lot. So, yeah, I wouldn't sweat this game. Honestly, I really would not. It's more to me just kind of aggravating that Anthony Davis didn't get to rest, considering it's the second end of a back-to-back. He hurt his ankle in this game. He's been dealing with that groin injury, and the Lakers were up 18 heading into the fourth. That, to me, is the only thing that really bothered me. Beyond that, I don't think the Lakers were exposed in any way. You want to say that's Pollyanna or whatever, but I don't think it is. All right, the next game for the Lakers actually is against the same
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Spurs. Thank you very much, kids, by the way. Appreciate it. Also, reminder, since they were promoting their channel, Locked On Lakers, anywhere you get your podcast, Monday through Friday. There's also a YouTube component as well.
I wish I had something to promote, too.
You can create a YouTube component. Like anybody.
Do it, Funch. People love you.
Do it, Funchy. I mean,
they can follow you on Twitter.
Exactly.
What is it?
M_Funch.
There you go.
Absolutely. I mean, there are a lot of people, frankly, at the station who have a YouTube component, so it couldn't be that hard to get. Next Lakers game, Friday in San Antonio. Again, pregame coverage begins at 3 o'clock, followed by the tip-off at 4:30. Appreciate everybody listening. Again, the Lakers win 122-119 over the Spurs in San Antonio. This has been the Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN.
Lakers basketball tonight. Lakers basketball on ESPN LA is sponsored by Subaru of Glendale, the #1 volume Subaru dealer in California. Lakers basketball delivered by new melts from Pizza Hut. Cheesy, crispy, and loaded with toppings for just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. New Pizza Hut melts only at Pizza Hut. Presented by CallJacob.com. Winning matters. That's why after an accident, you have to go to CallJacob.com.